Okay, so how's it going, everybody? So I'm just going to be doing a short review of these honey liqueurs, Evan Williams honey, some Jim Beam honey, and this Jack Daniels honey. And I want to do a extra thing for the mini Schwitz, but as you can see, if let it focus, there we go. Alcohol volume 11. So it's some strong wine. Let's just say that, at least for me. So it sucks because I just did this and I thought it was recording. It's not. It wasn't recording. But yeah, Tennessee honey. I've heard it called honey jack, and so it's unfortunate. But let's just do it again. Okay. I like the shape of the bottle. It feels distinguished. Okay, so jeez, I'm always getting this honey jack all wet. But yeah, and it's 35 alcohol volume, and 70 proof. I learned from what you call it, the Golden Circle from the something called the Golden Circle. I forget what the heck it was called. The businessmen, gentlemen. I can't remember who they were. The gentlemen, the fishermen, the Englishmen, the businessmen. That spy movie, the English spy movie, that was from the Golden Circle. Um, and I forget what the heck I mentioned it. I was mentioning Tennessee whiskey, this Tennessee honey. I think it was because he mentioned I forget the actor's name, but he mentioned why it was called proof. Like it was due to like the not the volatility, the ability to combust. But yeah, Jack Daniel kind of sucks. Second, what is this like? Thank God. I'd say I'm not using actual measurements for like a shot, but I feel like it's like a shot, if not a half a shot, which isn't. I'm gonna slow down. But again, I mentioned in this, I didn't record unfortunately, but the Jack Daniels still remains to be a pretty good drink, pretty good sophisticated drink. It's it's unfortunately a bit more expensive, and I'm not sure if that's because of the potency or if it's just because it's a famous brand. It might be both. But one of the things I do enjoy about Jack Daniels is that this brand is very mellow. You'll drink it and you can have a good time. You won't have to worry about, oh man, am I gonna get a headache after drinking this? Like me, that's just me. Sorry, I'm sensitive, so I'm like, yeah, if I drink a hard drink, I'm gonna feel it. But I like the Jack Daniels. I'm probably not gonna always drink it straight. I always like to chase my drinks because I'm drinking it. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a rush to get drunk. So yeah, it's a very all around drink. It'll coat your tongue. You'll taste everything. You'll it'll hit your nasal a little bit. It's definitely a good drink. Okay, I'm gonna go for the Evan Williams. Sorry, I'm getting there. Oh yeah, this isn't for children, obviously, but I figure I'd ask. I'll let you know. So Evan Williams, the smell isn't that bad. Definitely not that bad, but it's like no offense, but it's like when they say Jack Daniels, they have the maple under 6 feet of maple. You definitely taste they definitely have a richer taste to it, and I don't mean like potency. I do just mean like the overall notes of flavor that just kind of coat your tongue. It's not so much like overpowering or you know just overly strong. It's more so like It's a good drink. I could sip this a little bit. I could take a shot or two, and then you might be like, feeling something after the second shot. But yeah, let's start the second one. So, the Evan Williams is a strong drink, at least in my opinion. And I've already, again, this is my second review, so I'm already kind of bypassing the initial stage of it, but it's still kind of like if you try to get the taste and notes, it'll like kind of sneak up on you. But the initial like swigger, the initial drink is it's not too bad. It's just like when it hits your nasal areas and you breathe it, it just like sneaks up out of nowhere. You just like shoot. And so yeah, I would just definitely tell people to be careful of that Evan Williams. Okay, so we're gonna be with the Big Daddy. So Jim Beam the honey. Now, okay, it says the legacy. Now, also, this is 32.5 alcohol volume, 65 proof. Not too sure why. It's a tough drink to drink, but it'll get you there. These drinks are supposed to get you there. They're like honey liqueurs, so of course they would. I mean, not honey liqueurs, but honey liqueur, whiskey bourbons, whiskey things. This is a bourbon whiskey, real honey liqueur infused with Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So it's probably like the bourbon whiskey with the liqueur, but it's infused, so it's probably maybe a different process. But yeah, legacy. Jim Beam honey contains all the pride of the Beam family, 222-year history with a smooth take on family tradition. Our distillers have infused sweet, delicate honey liqueur with a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. A perfect mix of bourbon with subtle hints of caramel, oak, and vanilla. Enjoy as a shot or with lemonade over ice. I've heard that. I don't know why they desire you to have it with lemonade. They also have Jack Daniels honey with also lemonade in a can. So I don't know how that works, especially because of the processing of the can. It'll most likely change the flavor a little bit, give it that metallic flavor. But yeah, um, I wonder. I don't really know my states like that, but I wonder if Tennessee and Kentucky are close by. I think they're pretty close by. But yeah, let's try it. It definitely has that bourbon taste because it smells like wood. A nice flavor. It's not as it's a bit stronger. It has that wooden. They say it's like hints of caramel, oak, and vanilla. It will probably it will probably be uh general smells of what your average flavored oak would be. Maple oak or something like that. I wouldn't really call it like vanilla or caramel, but it has that sweetness, them sweet notes of your maple tree. Um, and I'm like, I agree. Just smelling it from the bottle, it smells like a maple tree. So, yep, it definitely reminds me of maple tree. But yeah, there we go. Okay, they were lime. So there are notes of like caramel, possible vanilla, maybe oak. I'm not tasting the oak, but again, it's a general taste. You think oak, you know, you think a tree, but I wouldn't say I'm eating trees. So I'm thinking of the general maple flavored oak. This is still a heavy drink. Still a heavy drink. I would definitely prefer if you ever get the idea to drink a Jim Beam drink. I would say drink this after you've drunk a little bit, getting yourself a little buzz, because Jim Beam will take you there. It's just it's a strong drink. It's jeez, it's a strong drink. And it's a very flavorful drink. It's very interesting because it's like this Jack Daniels is more expensive, but it's like why is it more expensive? You know, like the strength, the potency of it is not as strong, but it's more expensive than the Jim Beam. This Jim Beam was like maybe $17, and this Jack Daniels is like $25, 25, $26. So it was like it's really interesting why, because if I'm right, checking the size, they're both 750 milliliters. You know, 750 milliliters. So you're paying for the same amount, just a different style of whiskey. And again, I want to get some Uncle Nearest because he's the guy. He's um the master distiller. Sorry, I don't mean to make it in quotes. He's a master distiller who's an African American who taught Jack Daniels. And Jack Daniels was a prodigy, but the dude was a I'm not sure if he was a slave or not, but he was during those times, and he taught this guy because Jack Daniels, Uncle Nearest was a master distiller, so he taught him, and he basically commodified his own whiskey, and it became world famous. But yeah, and that stuff is what is it, $50? So when I get the yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get that anytime soon. We'll see. See if I can. But yeah, um, but yeah, shout out to Uncle Nearest. So it sucks that you get famous when you die after you die, but post mortem. But yeah. Yeah, let me finish this. But yeah, this Jim Beam is not that bad. It's okay. It's definitely the more potent of the drinks, even though the alcohol content is steep, I guess. But yeah, not as smooth either. Gosh, this stuff hit me. Uh, can bounce that out something else. Okay, so um, I mean, I already showed it in the video, so I mean, I could edit this, but I don't know if I'm gonna edit it too heavily. But yeah. So we're gonna do the Manischewitz Blackberry. Um, as you can see, shout out to them Jewish brothers and especially the alcohol content 11% by volume, 750 milliliters. So it's the same as these. I got this for a deal, and I really did want to try it. So it's not as strong as those other, like this one or this one or this one. They're all in the 30s range. But this one, Manischewitz, is still a potent wine. It's just so interesting to me because it's a wine. So why should it be so strong? Unless especially and I got this okay, sorry, I was trying to make sure I didn't break it. I was trying to make sure I didn't let me make sure I didn't break it. But I was just wondering like and what they say on here, not for Passover use. Good because it's a strong full wine. It's it's a wine, but it's not it's strong. And that's so strange. I wouldn't I'm glad it's just like a like heavy liquor like this. I'm glad it's like that because this stuff's heavy. For a wine, I was to bless this because it's some potent wine right here. I wonder what the quality wine would have been if Jesus blessed it or turned it to water to wine. But yeah, but yeah, and right away, tastes like wine. It's very sweet for some reason. It's very alcoholic. I think when I first drank it like maybe an hour ago, it was a little powerful. I felt it. I'm like, wow, why how is this wine so strong? And I got this thing for a deal. It was like dang near $4. I think originally it's like double that, or $3, $4, maybe $6 or something like that. The Manschwitz stuff's strong for wine, and that stuff. But it's like I would say never give this to some child who like, yo, let me just sneak them some wine. Never get them this. Never be that type of parent to be like, if you don't give them any cat, you know what? That's a hairy field. I'm not even gonna cross that. I'm just saying this stuff is unbelievably strong, and I'm like, you should give it to somebody who's prepared to drink a little bit of something. So, wow. One thing I do like about this is that this brand is very sweet, very sweet. It's I think the bitterness means it's dry, and it's not very dry at all, but it's very potent. And I don't know of the correlation between dryness and potency and alcohol content, but it's very high alcohol content for a blackberry wine. I've never tried blackberry wine like that, but I've tried just regular wine, and it's been you might have to just sip on like what half a giant glass to get something. You might need two of them to get something, and then you'll feel shoot. But with this one, this isn't even a shot glass. This was a I think a ginkgo cup that I had bought once, and I just kept. And this was based off like Japanese rice wine, the sake, and that stuff can be a little strong, can sneak up on you a little bit. But yeah, I just like that's it's some good stuff. It's sweet, it's strong. It'll do it'll do you wrong. But not bad at all. Not bad at all. Am I missing something else? Well, 17 minutes already, so I've already done this review. I'm not blowing out. I swear, I'm not. I'm not. I don't have money like that. I don't. I wish I did. But yeah. So they got these, the Jim Beam, the Jack Daniels. Jim Beam. Sorry, it's all switched. Jim Beam is not too bad. It's a strong drink, so I'm like, if you're gonna drink it, be prepared to get hit a little bit. Jack Daniels pretty good. It's pretty sophisticated. So if you want to drink this with something else, um, get yourself a shot worth and just sip on it. It's a good time. Um, the Evan Williams is not bad. It's to me, it's a mixture of the two. It's not super strong, but it'll hit you if you just let it settle in your mouth a little bit. But the initial drink is not strong. I would just say if you're gonna drink it quick. And it's not like vodka where you just like, God dang. But you know, just sip it. And there you have it. Evan Williams, some Jim Beam, and some um, Jack Daniels. This is some good liqueur drinks. Kind of sucks. Well, it doesn't suck because I figured out new drinks, which is not bad. But yeah, you got a variety. Jim Beam, Evan Williams. If you don't want to spend a lot, but like you don't really want something to hit you in the face, some Jim Beam. If you want something to hit you in the face, but you still want that honey taste. And some Jack Daniels if you want to pay a little bit more, but you want more of an overall sophisticated taste. It definitely reminds you of a bourbon where it gives you that body feel, that body warmth feel. But it's also in your mouth. It just gives you them notes of honey and that maple flavor. And if anybody try like pure maple, it's not overpowering, but you taste it. It's just like, huh. So it just has those flavors to it. So and then Manischewitz, I wouldn't drink that at Passover or nothing, but like if you have age, definitely give that a shot and definitely a shot because it's sweet. So you won't be sitting here dying after the first drink, and it's potent for a wine because it's 11% alcohol. And did they say the proof? They say the proof. I guess they didn't mention the proof. Maybe it's not. It doesn't go by those regulations, but it says under strict supervision by the Union of Orthodox Jewish Congregations of America. So, other than standard blackberry wine, so I guess I don't know if it's special or not, but not bad at all. But yeah, um, there you have it, guys. So I don't know. Make your comments and recommendations and preferences on these three wines here, and yeah, let me know which one's your favorite. So yeah, again, I'm not balling out like that. I'm not trying to stunt. I'm just trying to show you how these wines work, and I got all three of them because I want to try them out, and I definitely want to try out the Jack Daniels because that's I like drinking that. But the other two interesting differences. But yeah, let me know. All right, take care, guys. I'm gonna just chill out with all this drinking stuff. So.